China is taking an interest in Turkey, but this has become a huge concern for the West. The West can't ignore the two nations getting closer, but it is also not able to stop it. China is expected to make Russia continue the Black Sea corridor deal, and it will make China and Turkey close. The beneficiaries will be European nations because they get grain exports from Ukraine. But they are still not happy because China will be the reason for the continuation of the project. Will the US stop in and make some settlement between Russia and Ukraine? Or it will still be standing with conflict? Let's find out. Welcome back to another exciting episode of our channel. Innovation Diary brings you China's innovation stories, projects, and growing influence in different parts of the world. If you are new to the channel and enjoy learning about fast-paced modernity, especially China's development and growing power, you will find our videos intriguing. In this video, we will discuss why China is taking an interest in Turkey. We will also talk about the Black Sea corridor deal between Ukraine and Russia. Watch the video till the very end to know how China's peacemaking will result in Europe being the beneficiary. Let's get started. Russia has ended the Black Sea corridor grain deal with Ukraine, and many countries are at a great loss because of this action. The countries have already suffered food shortages this year due to the weather conditions. Even countries like China have not harvested the same crops as last year. And ending the Black Sea corridor has proved to be a fatal step for the food supply chain. Many countries rely on Ukraine grains. 1 million tons of grain has been shipped from Ukraine after the deal. But why has Russia signed it off? Before we discuss the reason why Russia ended the deal, let's first address the significance of the deal. The Black Sea corridor was signed between Russia and Ukraine because of the UN and Turkey's pressure on Russia. This deal was done to allow Ukraine to send its grain exports to the world, thus helping the vulnerable communities in Ukraine through economic growth. A huge part of the grains go to Africa, Europe, and many other countries. Here is the route of the trade passing from the Black Sea. Turkey was the main name in the Black Sea deal, as it influenced the deal to a great extent. Due to Turkey's increasing value in the world, Russia decided to accept its terms and allow Ukraine to trade its grain. But with that, Russia also asked for some concessions, like admitting Russia's government-run agricultural bank to the global finance system known as SWIFT. The demand of resisting a key Russian ammonia pipeline in Ukraine territory was also made, but nothing was fulfilled. This made Russia aggressive, and it has mentioned many times that if its demands will not be fulfilled, Russia will end the Black Sea deal. But no one took it seriously until Russia ended the deal. The news became an international headline because many countries were affected, and now it seems like there is no way to make Russia continue the deal again. Russia does value Turkey, but due to its demands not being met, it had to take this step, which ultimately resulted in hurting the food chain. If Ukraine no longer sells its grains to the world, not only will its economy be affected, but the world will also be affected because of a short supply of grains. Europe also needs grains from Ukraine, but all the countries that need the grains are Russia's enemies. So there is no way Russia will be willing to start the deal again. But there is another nation that can convince Russia. Yes, you have guessed it right. It is China that has the potential to make Russia continue the deal again. But why would China do it? Why would China want Russia to give grain to nations like Europe that are already against China? Before we continue further, tell us, are you loving the video? If yes, please like and share the video and subscribe to our channel for more videos about China's development, power, and influence on the world. Let's continue now. There are two reasons why China appears to be the only one who can solve this problem. The first reason is China's peacemaking strategies in recent times. China is becoming a global power, and this makes China responsible to make peace between the nations. It has also sorted the issue between Saudi Arabia and Iran, which seemed to be an unsolvable problem. But now the two nations and their neighbors are happily doing business with both nations, without upsetting the other. But why is China active in peacemaking? What benefit does it get? One of the European officials said that they're looking forward to China in the Black Sea corridor deal. They are thinking that China will fix the problem and will make Russia continue the deal again. And this hope from China is not just because China is Russia's friend, but it is also because China has been involved in peacemaking. From an influential country, you can expect peacemaking. China is also willing to talk about Palestine and Israel. Thus, this has made China a peacemaker and an influential country, And now the hope to revive the deal is also from China. If it wants, it will be able to start the grain trade once again. Although it is the US's role to make peace in the world, due to its influence over the globe. But in many of the wars and conflicts, the US has only taken sides. And no one can expect the US to make peace. The only thing they can expect from the US is to take sides. And the only hope left is China. China is considered Russia's best friend, but it still has good relations with Ukraine. It has even offered to make Russia and Ukraine talk over the conflict. And for this reason, it is expected that China will also play an important role in fixing the Black Sea corridor deal. China's friendship with Russia is not the only reason why China can put its hand into the matter. China's increasing interest in Turkey also suggests that China would like to do peace talks and will revive the Black Sea corridor deal. But why is China taking an interest in Turkey? Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi visits Turkey the day after his appointment to discuss bilateral trade and the Middle Corridor, as well as Ukraine and the Grain Corridor. The Chinese Foreign Minister also visited Turkey right after the country signed off on Sweden's NATO membership at the Vilnius summit, signaling that it supports Turkey. Turkey's importance in the world is ever increasing, and one of the most important reasons why it got attention from the world is because of the grain channel it provided to Ukraine. The exports that reach Turkey go to many Western countries. Thus, for Europe, it is impossible to ignore Turkey. As DW also writes, Turkey can't be ignored by the West. Turkey is also a large partner of China and Russia. Its number one importer is Russia, and China comes to number second. For China, due to both Turkey's importance in international politics and its significance in business, it is of great value to China. If China makes Russia agree to continue the Black Sea corridor deal, it will make China and Turkey closer. For China, helping Turkey would mean great future success. Turkey and China have collaborated on many projects, and if China successfully continues the Black Sea corridor, Turkey will be attracted more toward China than toward the West. China is finding partners for BRICS, and Turkey can prove to be a great partner. A large trade is done through Turkey because the Black Sea lies at its doorstep. Proving trade benefits to Turkey will encourage Turkey to trade in other currencies than dollars. And the US can't do anything about it. If instead of taking a side, the US was also a peacemaker, then ending dollar dominance was not that easy. But now it is. The US has provided its weakness to the world, and not everyone today is willing to collaborate with the US. China looks like a great partner to work with. And once the Black Sea corridor continues, China will get the crown of being the most influential and peacemaking country. Can the US do anything about it? It seems like it's too late for the US to do anything in this regard. A country that is the most influential must not be taking sides. The mistake that the US made was to take sides instead of solving the Russia and Ukraine conflict. And now in any deal, the US cannot be a part of peace. It has failed to prove itself as a peacemaker. And it is not just our guess, but it is what the experts think about the US. But the US still regains the title of peacemaker? We would like to take a moment to appreciate you all for commenting and sharing your opinions. Your insights always impress us. Do you think the US is the peacemaker? The US has always seemed to take benefits from the conflicts of others, and this approach created a bad reputation for the US. A powerful nation must never have a bad reputation. Is it possible to create a good reputation again? Should the US try to solve the Russia and Ukraine conflict? Let us know in the comments section why the US stands firm in conflicts, and it is always nowhere to be found when the talks of peace are being made. Do you want to watch more videos like this one? If yes, please like and share the video and subscribe to get exclusive videos about how phenomenally China is developing and growing its influence over the world. Until the next video, stay tuned.